Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My dog is a psycho. My name is Sharday. Most people call me Shardazy or Daisy or something like that. And today I'm going to be talking about how I am preparing for my natural water birth. When looking at these videos, or like just looking at birth videos in general, it's kind of weird to me that I can never find black women, like, and if I do, it's like one for every 10 white women. So, and of course there's, white people obviously have kids, but there's nothing wrong with white moms posting their stories, but I feel like us telling our stories are equally as important and very important for other people that look like us. So I just wanted to make this video because I don't know a lot of black moms that have had water births, first of all, but even still, I feel like there is a community of us out there. Sorry if you can hear my dog, but I feel like there is a community of us out there, but we don't get any shine. So if you are interested in this video, keep watching. I did want to tell you guys why I even decided to do a water birth. So when I first got pregnant, it wasn't even a thought in my mind that I wouldn't do a water birth. Like, it was just like, oh, you're pregnant, you need to figure out a water birth. And I do have a lot of, I would say, distrust in hospitals and doctors. I feel like, I wouldn't say that they don't know anything, but I do feel like because it's such like a money business type thing, rather than like them, I'm not gonna say they don't try to help you, but it's like at the end of the day, their best interest is money and how many beds can they fill and get out so they can fill more people. And I think that even with, initially I was going to OBGYN because I thought I had to be 20 weeks before I went to the water birth place, which wasn't true, but the OBGYN I even picked him, he was black, because I couldn't find any black women that took my insurance, but he was so rude to the point where I'm like, I had to ask my boyfriend, am I tripping? He's like, no, he's rude. Like, I would be talking to him about something, and he would completely cut me off and talk to his assistant, and I'm like, okay, weird. I don't recall them telling me that I'm anemic, or I was anemic, even though my boyfriend's like, oh, they said that. I'm like, no, they didn't, because they didn't tell me to take anything for it. They only told me to take, I can't even remember what they told me to take besides prenatals. But another thing is that I do like about my birth center is that everything we talk about in an appointment, they have it in a portal, so I remember. I'm like, even at the OBGYN, even if he said that, there's nowhere I can go find it. So I didn't like those things, and I don't know, I just feel like seen and heard at this water birth place. And I also think it's more comforting to have women helping me. There's a black woman as well, which is really nice, but there's like 5 or 6 midwives. But to have women that have had kids and especially have had water births and at-home births, I think that makes me feel more confident and comfortable, because I'm like, I think you can go to school and study, how having a baby works, but I don't think, like, you're a man, you've never had a baby, so like, what? And then I hate even the videos I watch on YouTube, women will be like, they'll be at the hospital for like an hour or two, and they're like, oh, you're not progressing fast enough, you're gonna get Pitocin, you're gonna get an epidural. And it's like, I'm not though. And to be in a vulnerable position and then have a doctor, especially a man, telling me what to do, it wouldn't end well. It really wouldn't, because especially at that point, I wouldn't even see myself being docile and like letting shit happen. I would be like, who are you talking to? Because I'm paying you right now, pal, so you need to relax. Anyways, so first, I have been sitting on my birth ball. A birth ball is really just a workout ball, but people call it a birth ball. But anyway, so I've been sitting on my birth ball. I did stop for a while, A, because my dog bit it and popped it, but B, because right now my baby is breech. So it's like her foot is in my pelvis, and then she's laying across. So my midwife was like, sitting on your birth ball is kind of locking her into that position. So I stopped. However, I will go into, since she has breached the stuff I've been doing. So I've been doing like these forward leaning inversions. I think that's what they're called. And then you can also do like, kind of like circles on your birth ball. So I've been doing that, or doing them standing up. And then I've been doing like a lot of cat-cow yoga poses. So with the birth ball, hopefully she will flip and then I can keep bouncing around on it. But yeah, so I've been using my birth ball. That's number one. Number two is that I have been drinking the tea, not as much as I should be. It's like the raspberry leaf tea, but it's just so hot that I'm like, how am I supposed to be drinking tea? So I've been trying to just make it, let it sit and cool completely down, because I'm like, there's no way I'm about to drink tea and it's 100 degrees outside. So yeah, I know this tea is helpful for your uterus and for contractions. So I need to get into a groove of drinking it more, but it's hot. Next thing I am doing to prepare for birth is taking vitamins. So I take prenatals, I take fish oil, and I take iron. Anyways, I know iron helps with your placenta and your amniotic sac, which obviously helps the baby because that's where the baby gets its nutrients from. So I've been taking that. And then fish oil is to help combat like preeclampsia, stuff like that. I do have to stop taking that at 36 weeks because it kind of works as a blood thinner. So if you keep taking it and you go into birth, you could hemorrhage. So I'll stop taking that shortly. And then yeah, I just take my prenatals. So yeah, those are the vitamins that I am taking. I drink a lot of water. I've always drank a lot of water, but I've tried to especially stay hydrated now because I always feel like I'm thirsty, but you know, I just want to be nice and hydrated and giving my baby what she needs. And then I go for a lot of walks. I have a dog, so I typically take him out. I try to walk, I don't know what's a normal amount of steps a day, but I do try to just be conscious of how much I am walking. But I will say, nearing the end of this pregnancy, walking a lot is very just exhausting. Doing anything is exhausting. I'm like, I need a nap after I take a walk, but I'm trying to stay active because I know walking could also help flip her because of how she is, and I know it kind of like rocks her to an extent. So and I know walking just helps, you know, keep your body loose and whatnot. So I've been doing that. As far as books I've been reading, I have not finished, but I need to. I'm still in the middle of A Mindful Pregnancy, which is made by the guy who created Headspace. So it's really just about how pregnancy is like a mind over matter sort of thing, as opposed to it being a physical thing. And it really just helps you like come to like a calm place with the thought of having a baby. So I would say first trimester, second trimester, I would be like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm about to push a baby out. And even some days I still think that, but it's not as intense anymore. It's just more like, I mean, women all around the world do this, so you need to relax, and your body was made to do this. So just follow the direction of your body, as opposed to like, I don't know. I feel like I've heard your body will naturally push for you. You don't actually have to push. Do I know the truth of that? No, because I've never had a baby, but I do think my body knows what it needs to do. So I just try to keep that in mind. And then I also have, it's a midwife book. I can't think of what it's called. I'll find it and I'll put it on the screen. But it's just about like how every birth is different, which I know that because I'm like, even watching these YouTube videos, it sounds great, but I'm like, who knows? Like my mom told me she was in labor with me for 4 hours. And I'm like, you know what? That would be really nice if I could have that experience. Then I'll watch a lady and she'll be like, I was in labor for 36 hours. And I'm like, Jesus be a fence, because I ain't trying to do that. But yeah, so reading that book just helps me understand that this could go any kind of way. So don't even sit there and think you know how it's gonna go. I will say I do try to visualize my ideal labor and delivery, and I give myself like, I do this every day. Really, I say certain things like every day. It's kind of like a little ritual for myself. But now that I'm pregnant, I add like, I will have a safe and successful labor and delivery, and I just really visualize what I want it to look like. Like, ideally, I'll be at home once I give, like, well, if my water breaks, because sometimes people don't. But ideally, I'll be at home because I really don't want to be nowhere else. And I hope my dog isn't near me, because I feel like he's gonna, I don't know. Dogs are just strange. I heard this lady was saying that her dog, her water broke and her dog licked it up, and I'm like, that is disgusting. But anyways, I just visualize myself maybe either water breaking or whatever, but I'm at home, and I just imagine it being me being calm. Like me being like, okay, this is about to happen. When, I don't know, but I know I can, you know, sit on my birth ball. I know I can take a bath. I can relax. Like, this doesn't have to be a, oh my God, this is scary sort of thing. So I try to visualize and say affirmations in regards to birth. Breathing. I do practice breathing a lot. I don't know, I'll do like in for 6, out for 6, or like, I just try to just practice deep breathing, because in my everyday life, I'm not just deep breathing. So I try to practice that, because I know contractions will be, who knows how terrible, but I know that I'm a person that typically tenses up. If you watched one of my other vlogs, I got my wisdom tooth pulled, and I had to be awake because I'm pregnant, and that was my practice run. Not necessarily for labor, but just reminding myself to breathe, because I will literally just like freeze. And a few times while I was getting it done, I would freeze and like stiff up, and then thankfully the doctor or the dentist would be like, hey, you need to breathe. And I'm like, you're right, I do. But I'll also think in my mind, like, you need to breathe, because this, you tensing up is not helping anything. So I'm working on just like getting my breaths down pat. And I bought a hypnobirthing course online. So I'm going to start that probably today. I do still have a few weeks left in my pregnancy, and I want to go into it as prepared as I can. I know you really can't prepare for these things, because who knows what labor will be like, but I don't want to go in without a plan, because I feel like that'll make me feel panicked. So I also, one last thing, my boyfriend hates that I do this because he feels like I'm coaching him, but I'm like, I don't care. But I did tell him, I only need a few things from you, is to remind me to breathe and to relax my shoulders, because again, I just don't want to be tense in there. I do have not necessarily a labor playlist, but I do want these Janae Aiko things running, because they're like they're like her NPR at home things, and they're like pretty long, but I want those playing. Those are my favorite calming things to listen to. And then I have candles, but I don't know if I'll be able to bring candles with me. So if not, I might bring a diffuser or something. But I've seen people say that, and they're like, I didn't even think about using my diffuser when I was in labor. So those are the things I'm doing to prepare for labor. I hope this video was helpful if maybe you're a first-time mom, or you're also doing a water birth. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.